Jim Thorpe man will go to court on charges he shot his uncle. Plus, a bunch of beagles abandoned in Mahoning Township.
But first, controversy surrounds a town leader in Slatington. This is the Valley Report. I'm Marie Johns.
And I'm George Roberts. Residents want to know why over 24 citations against a dilapidated property owned by a council member have been withdrawn. The
property is co-owned by Council Vice President Bryon Reed and his father. Our own Jim Murdoch has been following this story and joins us now live with the very latest. Jim?
Thanks, Marie. Back in 2008, Bryon Reed was cited for owning a nuisance property along Cherry Street in Slatington. And in March of this year, Reed paid a fine of $158, but the repairs were never taken care of. And 25 additional citations against the Reeds would follow. But when these were suddenly withdrawn several weeks back, that's when the questions began.
If you are a member on this council, why would you not know your own laws and uphold them and obey them?
Resident Mel Gildner spoke directly to Councilmember Bryon Reed during last night's meeting, but Reed refused to directly address his questions as to why 25 citations against him were withdrawn by the council and an outside attorney. From May 1st to May 25th, daily citations were written up, each carrying a fine of $50. An outside attorney was hired by the borough to handle the matter.
It was his suggestion that if Mr. Reed pay all costs, not just court costs, but attorney costs, that the charges be dismissed.
But records show no court costs were paid from the 25 citations. Reed says the borough does not look to fines as a source of revenue. Was that one of the reasons why you wanted the fines thrown out?
That was the suggestion of the district judge.
And no court records support Reed's claim the district justice made any agreement in response to the citations. The only agreement was between the borough, the Reeds, and the outside attorney to have the violations withdrawn. According to records, the borough was satisfied with the cleanup efforts the Reeds had made on this piece of property back in July, and all the citations were withdrawn. But as you can see behind me, part of the structure is still standing, and that goes against an agreement made back in March. That agreement was made with former borough manager Herb Pfeiffer. He was fired May 26 for reasons never revealed, but ironically, the citation stopped one day later. The fines did not coincide ceasing when Mr. Pfeiffer was let go.
We're going to stop talking about Mr. Pfeiffer here because, as I've told you before, my policy is, and the borough's policy is, we don't discuss personnel issues with the public or the media.
And Bryon Reed would not answer questions about the property during last night's meeting. And meanwhile, the borough continues to search for a new town manager. Marie, back to you.
All right, thank you.